getting from this. That's not what I'm getting. That's not what it's given.
Which is why men stop getting married, stop going on dates. It's because they're getting to the point. They're saying, hey, I just want to Netflix and chill. You can take your money and go on your girl trips.
Because it's usually give and take when it comes to relationships. So I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I love my man, and I spoil him just as much as he spoiled me.
That girl knows she ain't got no man. But when it's all said and done, gentlemen, when they start placing standards on you, that is a sign that they do not like you.
Every man has a price tag they're willing to pay on a woman's head. They'll look at you and rate you and say, you know what? I know I can pay her $1,000 and I can crack those eggs. Oh, you know what? I can take her to that nice 5-star restaurant because she's not used to eating out nice. It's gonna woo her. And I'm pretty sure that same night I could crack her egg.
And the only reason why men make gestures like that, where they feel like maybe I can pay this amount of money, she'll crack the cheeks, or maybe I can do that, is because of the energy that the woman is already putting off. If you're looking for a man with money, then you have to expect him to believe that your soul's for sale.
Don't ask me, like,
sell your soul, baby.
are you in a relationship? Don't ask me, like, are you in a relationship? I said something like that.
What do you mean by that?
Do you know what that means to me? If you said something like that, that means I'm taking what rides me. Like, still come for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, try it.
And that's what I'm trying to say, though.
But you get that sounds so bad. That sounds so bad. I'm not taken.
Yeah, I'd say I'm occupied, but
This is the fastest way to keeping yourself single. When you come across a real man, he asks, hey, do you have a boyfriend? And you say something like that, you pretty much tell him, I'm fucking somebody now, and I'm looking for another man to actually be in a relationship. But a man doesn't want another man's seconds. That's all that statement is telling me. Oh man, let me see if I can take her off this dude. It's more like, no, I'm not going to spend any money for you to like me while someone else is clapping the cheeks and you're blatantly telling me that.
What type of man do you think are the least loyal?
Black men. Yeah.
How are we loyal?
I feel like there's a lot of generational trauma there that prevents black men from settling down. Like, think about it. How many black men have been in relationships for like 5+ years and still haven't put a ring on it?
Just because he hasn't put a ring on it does not mean that he's out there cheating. The longer it takes for a man to marry the woman, the more of a commitment it's going to be when he be with her. You have to understand, women, you have a lot of personalities. Life throws a lot of problems at you. And then your relationship has to be pressure tested. It normally takes about 5 years. All of this after 6 months, he should know, that's bull crap. That's for people that's looking for love so they can try to impress other people.
A lot.
But Nick Cannon did.
Boy, you don't get. No, because he didn't. Also, black men idolize a lot of the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that don't have long-term value. And that's the problem.
What type of things do they idolize that don't have long-term value when you're always putting a price on your soul? As long as you're putting a price on your soul, no man is going to value you. They're just trying to figure out how much does it cost to clap the cheeks, because obviously you don't have a soul.
You're the lost their minds. How you gonna tell somebody you fine? Let me get your Instagram to talk to you. Da, da, da. And I say, okay, buy me a hot dog from the corner lady. He gonna say you wildin'. You can't buy me a hot dog, but you wanna talk to me? Bye.
Because you already showed that there's a price for everything that you do. Once you start leading with money, that's when a man's going to think he's going to need more money. Once he starts buying the little stuff, all you're going to do is just keep adding on things that you want him to buy. Once a man sees the pattern, he's already going to back off. But you want him to buy stuff to prove that he really wants you. Buying somebody something is really easy. For someone to show you that they really like you, that's hard.
When black men say they like natural hair, they're not just saying natural hair as in afro.
Yeah, what black men say they like and what they actually like are two totally different things. Yeah, they might say they like black women in their natural state, but they're still scrolling on Instagram, checking out those women with the BBLs, long claws, and 30-inch weave.
Women got to start understanding there's a big difference between the fun girl and the girl that he's going to give the love to. The woman that he gives the love to, she needs to be natural because that's who he's going to have the respect for. The girls that he's strolling through, they're like fantasies. Even if he get with them, he only wants her to do some nasty stuff and then go home.
So answer this question. Who has the most DMs? The black woman in the natural state or the Nicki Minaj wannabes?
Of course, it's the Nicki Minaj wannabes because they're going to have majority of the simps. The guys out there that are just hoping that they can spend the money to get them, hoping they can just keep giving them likes, hoping they can keep texting them. The natural girl may have less men in her DMs, but she's going to have the right men in her DMs.
And another thing, when black men say they like natural hair, they're talking about liking certain curl patterns. They like looser textured hair for the most part, rather than kinky, curly textured hair.
When a man says natural, he wants a woman that looks like she's a woman, not a porcelain doll. A lot of you women, your hair is too perfect, your eyelashes are too perfect, your makeup is too perfect, your hair is too perfect, to the point where you start looking fake. So when you start looking fake, men can't really make a soul connection with you. But if a man sees that, hey, her hair is actually real and she doesn't have on makeup, he has more respect for her. But women don't want to be respected. They want to
I don't
be
like a lot of makeup. I
desired.
mean, a little
This
bit of makeup
question
doesn't
is for
hurt.
men and men alone.
But women with a lot of makeup look
Why
like
do
a
you
clown.
think it's
Yeah.
ladies? Why? I want to know. This is a safe space. Maybe it's not a safe space. I just want gossip. What was that thing that made you say, you know what? I don't give a fuck about birthdays anymore. Like, why? My birthday is tomorrow. I'm very, very excited. But then, guys are never excited for their birthdays. I want to know. Tell me. I'm waiting in the comments.
Birthdays and Father's Days are the same. A man knows that he is not going to get a gift. But when it comes to a woman, her birthday is going to be a big deal. Mother's Day is going to be a big deal. Christmas is going to be a big deal. Valentine's Day is going to be a big deal. Women have a whole bunch of holidays that are catering to their emotions, just being a female, but a man doesn't have a holiday at all because no one recognizes it. So men get to the point where like, hey, it's my birthday, whatever. It's just a day off or it's just another day because we're used to not being appreciated.
She's the mascot. She's the mascot as to why you can divorce a good man. Now they have somebody to point to and say, it's okay. Divorcing a good man is not a problem. It's about you and your happiness. Prioritize your happiness.
If your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce, you're not a bad person. So don't let guilt get the best of you. You're not doing him any favors by saying. If anything, you're actually going to start building up resentment.
So why would you even get married and string him along? Ladies, when you make a commitment for life with a man, you have to find a way to create happiness in that relationship. It can't be, we're just a bored relationship now. I don't want to do anything, so I'm going to up and divorce. No, that's the difference between men and women. Men are more serious. Women are not. Why? Men barely ask for a divorce. They're willing to work it out.
Women are the most dangerous thing for women because what happens is women tell a woman, girl, go out and live your life. So she's going to go out and live her life. She's going to fuck 20, 23, 27, 30, 35. Then she's going to get pregnant. Like, damn, I want to get married. And the men that wanted you at 20, that want you married when you were 20, they no longer want you. They want the younger female. And so now a lot of women are bitter and mean and get on these platforms, get on YouTube. I can't find a man. They ain't shit. They ain't shit because you ain't shit pussy. I'm tired of going to parent-teacher conferences with my son and I'm seeing all these women line up down the hallway stressed out, leaning over on the fucking wall because they don't have no man. They made a mistake 12 years ago, 13 years ago, had a one-night stand after the club and fucked a dude that they said, I can only just fuck him once. And now we have 70% of black moms that don't have a man, and these boys are being raised by women. And now these women have turned these boys into son husbands. And now they don't make them clean up, they don't have no structure, they don't go outside and play, they don't do nothing but sit on their asses. And then when they get older, they become the same men that their mamas hate. They're out here being Pookie and Ray fucking all the females, depending on females to take care of them. It's a shame that these boys are being raised by these single moms and they taking up on the feminine characteristics of their fucking mama.
He's right. And they out here getting their ass whooped. A lot of these son husbands come out here thinking that they can talk loud and try to intimidate other men and ended up getting cracked in the face. They're right. A lot of these dudes, you're lazy and you have bad luck because of your mom.
I really don't know who's gotten into me recently.
Food. And before y'all come for me, I know I'm big too, but I don't go around asking questions I don't need answers to.
You ain't lying.
So at this point, I'm like, if he proposes, I'm gonna say no. Why? Because if it took him so long and he had so many doubts, he thinks it's all under his control, his power. Like, when I feel like it, that's when I'm gonna propose, she's gonna say yes.
Saying no is not going to do anything but ruin the relationship. Why? Because you're still with him now. You're still sucking the mushroom tip. He's already clapping cheeks. You guys have already established a lifestyle. He's making sure before he makes the commitment long term that he really, really, really wants to be with you. But you as a female, you put him under time restraints because you want to celebrate and make all your friends and family jealous. A man knows that. The quicker he gets in a relationship with a woman, the faster it's going to fail, especially when it comes to marriage.
Do y'all go to church regularly?
Not regularly. No.
Thank you. Why aren't they there? Because y'all don't go to church.
Well, I know why. So, yeah.
Why don't you go to church?
It's more therapy rather than instruction for how to get things accomplished.
Oh.
So it doesn't really resonate with me, to be honest with you.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, we had Nur Muhammad come and he said it the best. He said, church in the Christian community is more about coping with life rather than conquering life. So
I think it depends on the church. I think it depends on the church.
Yeah, I've been to a lot.
Yeah. But I think some of my observation too is that church is actually geared towards women because women are emotional.
Churches is where you see all the single moms, you see all the guys straggling the fence. In my opinion, I don't tell people what to believe, but you still have to find your inner peace as a man. And once you find that peace and you know how to cope with life, you're able to move forward. You don't always have to congregate with people.
The man, I need the final say.
What does that mean, final
Yeah,
say?
that's
What does that mean?
Like, I'm
That's when
on
you
board.
lose
I'm
me.
on board, and then I'm like,
If we have $1,000
Uh-huh.
and she want to go buy a painting that costs $1,000, and I want to go buy a statue that costs $1,000,
Okay.
and we can't come to an agreement, then I should have the final say.
Whose
So you buy
$1,000
a
is it though?
statue,
It's our $1,000.
But is it $500 of hers and
There
$500
we
of
go.
yours?
See, that's how relationships fail.
No, but if she put
Because-
$500 into the $1,000, why does it make sense that you get to get what you want and she can't have what she wants?
Then we're gonna go 50-50 on everything. We're gonna go 50-50 on the rent. We're gonna go 50-50 on the bills.
But just whose $1,000 is it? Is it yours? Is it your $1,000?
It's our $1,000. It's the household $1,000.
But who made that money? Where did it come from?
I think the most healthy situation in that is like sometimes I get the final
If
say.
you're married, it's
Sometimes
both of
she
y'all.
gets the final say. There
It's
has to be
both of you.
respect from her being like, I trust you to make the final say, and then something like a respect from me being like, I trust you to have the final say on this. There's things that she's like, you take over, you do this, and then there's things where I'm like, this is your strength, you take over, you do this.
I think at this point, these podcasts are getting bored and they're just starting to come up with stupid conversations. But I agree, a man should have the final say in the relationship if he's the dominant one in the relationship. You come across a masculine woman, she ain't gonna let you have the final say to nothing, even if you get your way.
If I ask for a second chance, then of course, yes, give me a second chance because it's me.
First of all, guys, never give a woman a second chance, depending on what it is. She cheated on you, she played you, she talked to you bad. There's no such thing as second chance.
But other people asking me for a second chance, it's a dub.
So why are you even expecting it? This leads back to why most women end up with simps anyway.
Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel where we have great conversations and restore healthy mindset. So in today's video, this lady wants women not to move in with their boyfriend. Let's take a look.
I didn't listen when it was told to me, so maybe I can help somebody else out. Please, please, please do not move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend until you're married. Or unless you know for certain they're one. Because again, not everybody aspires to marriage. But just always be careful. And even when you live with somebody, always have your own. Because if things go left, or you have to move out, or whatever the situation is, like, you need to make sure that you're taken care of.
If your goal is to marriage, moving in with your boyfriend or the man in your life is a bad idea. Get the ring, girl. Many feel really comfortable too soon without even realizing it. Anyways, this brought me to people's reaction about ladies moving in with the men without getting married benefits. Men and women are commenting and giving opinion about these actions. Let's get into it. I'll be back to share my opinion. And drop your thoughts in the comments.
I see a lot of people in the comments saying, "Oh, you never really know who a man is until you live with him, and you see how it is." No, argumentatively speaking, while that could be true, when you are living in a space with somebody 24/7, you get to see how they live and how they actually are in their true colors. You should not have to go to the full extent of, living with somebody to understand exactly the type of person that they are. I feel like you should be learning from other people's mistakes so that you can mitigate the risk and not make those same exact mistakes. See, guys are not Oscar award-winning actors. All it really is you paying attention to what's in front of you, how they speak, how they act, their habits, what they tend to do and what they don't do. This is you paying attention to this person and already just summing up the type of person that they would be if you decided to actually move in with them. This is like the epitome of somebody saying, "Oh, if you have a baby, then this is going to bring you closer." When in actuality, it's just going to trap you. Moving in should not be your last resort, because I promise you, it comes with more problems that you could have avoided if you would have just paid attention in the first place. I live my life very humbly and vicariously through everybody and their experiences. So what this allows me to do is actually, take different routes that I see to avoid, any inconveniences whatsoever that I don't need in my life at all. So you can spend hours together, hang out, be cuddled up, laid up all day. But at the end of the day, if you are not married, please go home, okay? I promise you that you are going to save so much more energy than actually trying to move in with this person and then figuring out that, oh, we weren't meant to be together.
If you can't afford to live in an apartment by yourself or pay rent by yourself, you should not move in with your boyfriend, okay? Because you're going to be in a relationship with him and you're not going to want to be in it anymore, but you're not going to break up with him because you have an apartment and you just moved out of your parents' house and you don't want to go back home because that's embarrassing. So you're just going to prolong this terrible, terrible relationship when you would have been out if you could have paid the rent by yourself and lived by yourself, but you couldn't. Just don't do that to yourself. Just don't move in if you can't afford rent by yourself. Just wait a little bit, get a little money, and then move out.
Buy yourself married.
Not to be Debbie Downer, I'm gonna just take it on a case by case basis. But 2007, 2008, I was messing with somebody, and she was like, after like 7 months, she was like, "Hey, we're moving in together. I'm moving in her place." I was like, let's see. Let's think about it first for a little while. Let's see how things go. And not even 30 days later, she broke up with me. Now, if I had moved in with her, I would have been homeless because I would have got rid of my townhouse apartment. I had 2 floors, 2 stories. I was like 2 stories, 2 bed, 2 bath townhouse. Yeah, I would have been shit cricket out of town. But that old inner child, that inner monologue said, "No, don't do it, Ryan. Stay in your place." And I'm so glad I did. But yeah, take that shit on a case-by-case basis. But do what's best for you in your relationship. Don't listen to anybody. Do what's best for you in your relationship. Y'all be well on this Monday morning or afternoon whenever you read this.
I see a lot of people in the comments saying, "Well, you won't really know who somebody really is until you move in and you get to really see what they." And to a certain extent, I'm not going to deny that. You could generally find out exactly who somebody is, or you know more about somebody when you're in the same space as them 24/7, right? I also feel like a lot of people aren't really learning from other folks' mistakes, right? You don't have to go to full length to go live with somebody to figure out exactly who they are. People are not Oscar award-winning actors. If you're paying attention to how they speak, how they carry themselves, right? Certain things about it's really about paying attention, paying close attention to what's going on in front of you. You don't have to move in to find this out. I try to live this life in the humblest way possible. I'm learning from everybody. I'm learning from their experiences, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say because I'm me, it's gonna be completely different for me. Does that make me live in fear? No. What that allows me to do is find different routes, figure out different ways to find people out. That's literally what that allows me to do. Let me tell you something, right? I would much rather eat rocks for the rest of my life than moving with somebody I'm not married to. Stay away from me. We could spend hours together, you know what I mean? We could go out, we could do what? Sleep over, but go home.
I would honestly second not to live with the man until you're married, honestly, because you're playing a dangerous game. And a lot of the times, you guys just, not to be rude, but a lot of people move in with like their boyfriends and they don't know them well enough. The advice is always something that my mom has always told me and that I have learned from my family member. But I will never forget the day that one of my cousins told me to do this. She told me that I should live with the man by myself and that, I should just try it out. That's how I knew that she secretly had to hate me. Had to. Because she had an experience where she lived with a man and they were together and they were going to be engaged after moving in and it didn't go well. I just never understood how you had such a horrible experience dealing with a man that you lived with, but yet you're giving me that as advice.
When I was 24 years old, my grandmother gave me some very sage advice, may her soul rest in peace. She said to me, if you ever live with a man, make sure you have your own money and make sure you have your own things. Because it doesn't matter how much you love that man and you think that man loves you, a man is still a man, so always have a plan for yourself. And that never left me. I was always a saver because I grew up with my grandmother and that's what old people do, specifically children of the Depression. And she grew up poor in Jamaica, so I always saved. But on that day, I made an extra effort where I always had something put to the side where you keep that to yourself. That is your break glass in case of an emergency plan. Because you could have the best man in the world, and some people do, and they never have to use it, or they use it for both people in the relationship. But just in case something happened, always have your other plan. Even if it's $1,000 to get out of where you are because it has become unsafe, or $10,000 for you to go start a whole new life somewhere completely different. Sidebar. And this is the other reason why I think nursing is important. Nursing is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? Are there avenues you can take with your nursing license to make a lot of money? Yes. But nursing provides you with a set of skills that if you are in a bad situation, you have a clean license, you can go start over, make you some money, and take care of yourself and your kids. So ladies, stay vigilant and always have a plan.
And
I just want to add on to that, I always advocate for that. Like, I don't care who you is, I don't care who you married to, who you date, who you engaged to, I don't care about none of that. I always say, it don't matter what type of situation I'm in, I don't care if I live with my man, I don't give a damn if me and my man live separate. Whatever it is, I'm always there to take care of myself. I don't care if I'm a housewife and I'm getting taken care of. You best believe I'm having some money on the back end. Cause it's like, I understand, if you're supposed to be married to that person, you're supposed to be committed and all this and the third. But if shit hit the fan, what you gonna do? And they can kick you out. What you gonna do? You don't know, so you're a housewife, you ain't got no money. Right? You depend on him for everything. Now what you gonna do? Especially if you got kids. What you gonna do? I mean, you put him on child support, I guess. But like, what you gonna do in the meantime? And I understand people got family and stuff they live with, but that nigga your everything, and you your everything, and you depend on everything for him, that shit gonna fuck you up. And I'm only 21. I ain't never lived with no man. And if I ever do, best believe I'm gonna still have myself on the back end, always.
Stop moving in with these men. You don't need to live with him. Stop moving in, stop moving in. Stop shacking up and cohabitating with these men, okay? I have a girl in my group who's put in custody of a dog. I have a girl in my group who he can't afford to live on his own. That they roommate and she can't get him off the lease. I have a girl in my group that's being stalked over an air mattress that they have, or a mattress that they have in a storage room. Stop. It is a terrible idea. Are there exceptions to this rule? Absolutely. But you and Tyreek ain't one of them, baby. You and Tyreek are not the exception to the rule. Stop moving in with these men. It is a terrible idea, okay? And I need y'all help on this. And look, sis, if I'm wrong, put me out of business, okay? If I'm wrong, put me out of business. If you are a lady who has moved in with a man and it was a terrible idea, comment the house emoji below and teach the girls behind you.
Do not move in with him. Take it from me.
do not move in with him. Please, ladies, if you've never lived alone and had your own apartment, do not move in with the guy. If you've only been dating for less than a year or two, do not move in with him. Like, these men are so different when you're behind closed doors with them. It's insane. It's like they have like this complete switch once they get comfortable, a different level of comfortable with you. Do not move in with them. If you're in your early 20s, enjoy your early 20s. You have the rest of your lives to move in with a man. Do not do it now. Like, please do not do it now.
I watched a video on here. This woman got ghosted after 7 years. She was on here crying, telling her story how she got ghosted after 7 years after she decided to pick up and move her whole entire life, move across country for this man, right? Let me tell you why that is the absolute worst idea that you can ever do in your life, especially with no ring on your finger, right? This man is already established in his city, okay? He has everything he needs and everything he wants, and he also knows his way around. He has everything he wants in his city already. You have nothing. So if you break up, you are going to have to move out. Okay, and it's going to take you a little bit longer because you have no family, you have no friends, you have no help. He literally allowed you to uproot your whole entire life for him, and now he goes to you after 7 years. But he waited until you decided to move there so that he could isolate you and so that you could be by yourself. Man will do that.
Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all gotta listen to this.
Okay? These dudes definitely don't need no good, especially in today's society, right? These men will play with your head and fuck it up until you decide to move in with them, and then they just disregard you like you're trash. And now you have nowhere to go, you have no family, you have nothing. And they will move on with the next bitch. Do not move in with these boyfriends. If you are going to move in with a boyfriend, and make sure you have your own money, make sure you have your own income, make sure you are good, okay? Financially.
Good advice.
That way, if anything does happen, you can leave with the quickest. I will never encourage a woman to move in with a boyfriend. And I will also never encourage a woman to uproot her whole life for a man. I personally don't think you should be moving in with a man unless you're married. Because literally, as a boyfriend, you can literally, I'm tired. I'm done with this. At any time, like, and you're just like, what? I have nowhere to go. I have no family here. You know that. I moved here so we could be closer together. Like, what? And it's always the woman uprooting her life, right? It's never the man moving across country for his woman. You know? It is very, very tricky. I do not recommend. But like I said, if you are going to do it, cool. Just make sure you have move out money or backup money anytime, okay? Because anything can happen. He starts cheating on you, and he's like, well, where you gonna go? You have nowhere to go. You ain't got no money. You have nowhere to go. Bam. Now I got you, and now you're stuck, right? He starts beating on you.
Always have your private money ready. That's what
You ain't got no
private
money,
money
you ain't got
ready.
no family. You have nowhere to go. Boom, now you're stuck. Just make sure you have your own, okay?
Don't move in with no man. I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care what he'll pay for. How much he love you. Because when everything get bad, he starts struggling. He gonna want you to do everything. Well, he don't want to promise you everything.
If he asks you to move in with him, he wants to use you. Yes, he wants to use you. And if you agree, I put this to you, you are a pick-me woman. Think of it this way. When a woman moves in with a man before getting the ring, you get to give him all the benefits of.
Let's see what we can find here to watch. Men who are entitled to dating on women. I like Anthony Spade. He speaks the truth. So let's try something else. Let's see. Kevin Samuel. I didn't know he died in 2022. So let's watch a little bit of this, see what he's about.
All right, admin. Hello. What's your name?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Whitney.
Whitney. Hi, Whitney. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. What you got for me?
I don't know. I
I just wanted to call in. I've been watching you for a little bit, like about a month, and I just wanted to kind of call in and I don't know, maybe kind of touch in as far as like your stance on women, the way you kind of present your, you know, your ideals or your experiences. I just feel like sometimes what you're saying, a lot of it is true. It's harsh. The delivery is harsh, but I mean,
would you raise with your dad?
I was until 10, and he was treated infidelity.
Hold on. My point is, were you raised around men?
Yes, I have 5 brothers.
No, those aren't men, those were boys.
Okay.
So, what black women call harsh is called masculinity everywhere else.
Okay.
Because it wasn't. How many black women do you see that are bulimic, trying to stay real thin to get on the cover of Cosmopolitan and be in fashion shows like white women do?
Not very many.
Exactly. Because black men are anything but harsh. But go ahead.
But I mean, given the fact that you're an image consultant, I mean, it makes sense that your presentation as far as the woman should be a size 4 or a size 6. I don't fit that. I'm not.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with being an image consultant. That has everything to do with the AMA and normal human anatomy, human physiology, and human evolution. Go back hundreds or go back 1,000 years and find me a large female skeleton. Women have been the same height and weight up until we came up with the thing called the bliss point: fat, sugar, salt. How many, by the way?
I would like for you to guess before I actually.
No, I don't do that. No, I don't do that.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
No.
Why?
Okay, man, this is my show. I don't play games with you. You can either tell me how old you are or not.
I'm 31.
All right. So go ahead and get to your criticisms because you got them. I don't mind. Put them out. I mean, go ahead. You don't have to start. You don't like the way I say some things. Okay, just tell me what the issues are.
No, I think that what you say is true. I think that Black women, there is a big issue with our weight. I was one of those girls who struggled with my weight. So I agree with a lot of things that you say. That's why I'm an avid listener.
But
it's harsh, but I get what you're saying. It's just like, sometimes it's like the way that you come off is just like, sometimes you just be a little like digging, you know? And sometimes you feel like sometimes you're like, damn, like kind of lay off a little bit, you know? And so I know what you're saying is sometimes, I know you come from a good place and I'm like judging or criticizing your show. I have to feel like,
hold on. If you watch my show, then I speak to everybody as they need to be spoken to. Are you in a chat room or on the computer?
No,
I speak to everybody. I don't dig because that would imply that I'm talking to the same person over and over again. See, let's say that I did what you suggest doing. What are some men that actually speak to Black women the way you think they should be spoken to? Who's doing it right? Who are some Black men that speak to Black women the way you feel like they should be spoken to? Who's doing it right?
I mean, there's some. I mean,
give me some names.
Okay. Right now, I can't think of them right now. There are like some people who like ministers, pastors.
Hold on, I need to know who, ma'am. See, that doesn't work for me. I need to know who. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Right off the cuff. Okay. What's a guy? Dr. Omar Johnson, he's done stuff about telling women and stuff like that. He has. But like his delivery is not as harsh and brutal as
I mean Dr. Umar Johnson, the man who has 2 children by 2 different women he never married. Dr. Umar Johnson, the guy for the last 10 years has not built brick one of the school he's collected money from. Dr. Umar Johnson, the man who calls you queen, mother, goddess, and all this other kind of stuff.
Not about all that.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. See, you can't overtalk me. I allowed you time to say what you had to say. And I had another woman call in. Matter of fact, I had a friend today play a show, a woman who came in and called in and said the same thing. You black women want coddling language, and they told you you're mother of the earth and you're beautiful and you're this and that. But let me ask you, this softening language, talking like Umar Johnson, is he affecting or improving any black women's outcomes that way?
I think
no, he's not.
Yes,
I think he's not. No, he's okay. See, the thing is, man, you can feel that. Well, because he can't even okay. You're putting a man who has women in his chat room, women on his comment section, in his inbox DM daily telling me, thank you, you helped change my life. Some of it's harsh, but I need to hear it. Compared to a man who has no work to show. So for you ladies, I think it's incredible that you ladies come up here talking about, talk to me like Umar Johnson. And Umar Johnson will even tell black women about their hair. I am not.
Natural. He tells like
I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. Here's what you need to understand. What does your husband say? 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 I hear you.
I'm not married. Oh, you can't see me. I thought you were looking at me.
No, I didn't hear you. I said, what does your husband say? You're not married.
Oh, I thought you were doing this like,
I know. Have you ever been married?
No.
That's not. Do you think there's a coincidence?
You lied.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not because see, in order to be with a man who knows what he wants, you're going to hear some things you may not necessarily want to hear. See, it doesn't matter how anybody says it. I can say it. Rebecca Lynn Pope, who is a black female matchmaker who no longer does it, talks about black women's unrealistic dating standards and wanting higher than they are. The net of it, man, is it's not my job to be overly soft. I am professional and direct. But here's the better question. Why do we have so many of our women? Why are 80% of black women overweight?
Honey. Okay. Well, let me tell you, as someone who was once overweight and who's still kind of like the weight, watch weight, it's an emotional thing.
Well, okay, let me stop you right there. And you're 31, honey.
Yeah.
At age 18, you're responsible for you. Have you gone to get therapy to deal with these emotional things?
Well,
that's a yes or no?
That's a no.
Okay, so you self-diagnosed that you eat for emotional reasons. Or you did.
Well, at the time. Well,
but the point is, you self-diagnosed that you at the time ate for emotional reasons. Is that true or false?
No, when I was 18, no. But
no, man. You just said, I said, you just said you ate for emotional reasons. Yes?
Yeah, it was an emotional eater.
Stop right there. Stop right there. That's a self-diagnosis.
Right.
Where's the clinical diagnosis to go along with it?
Well, I self-diagnosed just because of research.
Where is the clinical diagnosis to go with it? I mean, black women are some of the most educated, intelligent people on the country, but yet you won't go talk to the professionals about professional matters. You'll self-diagnose, but you won't go the next step.
Well, as far as going to a therapist, I wouldn't mind going to a therapist. But the funny thing is, I'm a therapist. That's my job.
What kind of therapist?
I do social work, clinical therapy.
Then you should be the first one in therapy.
I mean, I guess.
There's no I guess to it. Many psychiatrists go to their own. Many you should be in therapy yourself because are you serious?
I'm so serious, sir.
So let me get this right. You're a 31-year-old therapist who's never been to therapy for your own issues.
Yes! Isn't it amazing?
No, it's not. It's why you're unmarried. And it's why you're coming in here telling me that I need to talk like Umar Johnson, a therapist that apparently you believe in, who ain't got no damn work done.
Oh, excuse me. Do not go to the fact that I'm not married.
Whoa, check that shit. Who do you think you're talking to? Who are you talking to? No, excuse me. Who the frick does you think you're talking to? This is my show. You can leave if you don't like it. Don't tell me what to do over here. Oh. Yes, I'm glad you do. You got it? Good.
Well, thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, enjoy with your husband.
Good night.
Enjoy your lack of success with me. Gentlemen, what you just saw is the same thing that always happens with these educated therapists. They're used to barking at everybody else, but as soon as you bark back, I don't know how to respond to this. No one's ever checked me before. Who's gonna check me, boo? See? So to all the colors now, that one, the light-skinned, long-haired, hazel eyes, single AF as well. It's not the skin color, it's your attitude. And again, those who keep score, this is another woman who comes on and says, "Talk to us more like Umar." The Prince of Pan-African, Big Papa's in the house. Run my donations. I mean, shout out to Umar. I got no problem with dude, but I think it's funny y'all keep coming over here asking everybody to talk like Umar. Queen Mother God, Cocoa Butter, and Sea Moss Gold and shit. The therapist. The therapist. I need you to understand this. The therapist has never been in therapy. You cannot make this stuff up. The previous caller. My grandmother told me to. Well, it's something else.
I just got arrested again. This time for a welfare fraud. And I use my food stamps to buy the pop, and then I go to the parking lot and I pour them all out. This girl and her husband with their family were next to me in their car, and they freaking call the cops. The cops show up as I've got like over 100 freaking Walmart pop cans all around me, and they told me to stop where I was at and put my hands up. They're going to arrest me for welfare fraud. And now I'm going to lose my food stamps.
Thousands of Metrolanders are finding out they are no longer eligible for food stamps. The change affects Cobb, Gwinnett, and Hall counties. Channel 2 Sophia Choice live in Cobb County. And Sophia, this involves able-bodied adults who are now required to go to work.
Got him! Got him!
I just went to check the mail, and I received a letter from the food stamps office. It says, after multiple videos were sent into our office, we had to conduct an investigation. And during our investigation, we did come across a few discrepancies in your application. It says, therefore, over the last 6 months, you received benefits that did not belong to you and needs to be paid back. You know how much I have to pay back?
How much?
Do you want to know how much food stamps I have to pay back?
Yeah.
I have to pay back $27,000. Good thing is that they offer a payment plan because we're I'm going to get $27,000 off of.
And
guess what?
That for a couple of years.
I'm not even going to pay it. Y'all have to prove to me. Where's the proof? This letter doesn't mean anything. Where's the proof? Show me the proof of what I was doing wrong. This is unbelievable. Didn't your parents ever teach you to mind your own business? Or they didn't teach you that?
They would teach you not to be
But a
food
bitch
stamp
I
fraud.
made up in this mug. Who up in the thing with a bitch I made?
So my kids just got fired from daycare. So since somebody reported me to the state of Michigan Department of Human Services, so now they are investigating my last income for the last 12 months. So my food stamps are on hold, my cash assistance, my disability, my kids' disability. And now the state has put a hold on my kids' daycare being paid for.
Never trust the government
Because
or
my
the
kids
state.
have been going to daycare.
You never know when they
so
get
I
you.
can get stuff done around the house, the state pays for that. So now my kids are fired from daycare. Not only that, the daycare, somebody reported to the daycare about the TikTok I made. So now they fired my kids. So now both my kids, so now I have to keep them home and try to get it done because the state won't pay for it. Because I have haters, or I don't even know. It's got to be something from this because this has never happened to me before.
So here's an update of me having to pay back $27,000 to EBT. So I called them to set up a payment plan. I explained to them that I'm not working, that I don't plan on ever getting a job. They asked if I received income from any other source, and I told them yes, I received child support for 7 of my grandchildren. And you want to know what they said? Well, we're going to garnish the child support so the $27,000 are paid off. So you know how my sister wanted custody of my grandkids? I called her and I go, yo, I don't have no use for them anymore. Come pick them up. I do not want them here. I don't need them because now they took away my EBT and my child support. I told her straight up, once the $27,000 are paid off, you could bring them back to me. So I could go ahead and continue receiving child support for them. So now I'm not even going to be able to pay my rent. So I have to, I'm like packing up. Like I'm taking everything out. So by them taking all my child support, I'll have it roughly paid off in like 6 to 7 months. So yeah, I'm gonna be down and out for 6 to 7 months. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Where am I going? Where am I gonna go?
She knows where she's going to go. Well, let me tell her, she needs to go to look for a job. She also wonders what she's going to do, find a job and work like everybody else. I mean, she's an able-bodied adult. But guess what, people? It gets even worse. Way worse, because she has a lot more to say. So stay tuned for the drama.
So I just called my mom to tell her, because I went to the grocery store and I ended up having to pay $50 out of pocket. So I'm telling her like that I have to call the food stamp people and tell them that they're not giving me enough money. So she asked me how much are they giving me. I said $500. She's gonna hang up on me if I can't give you that because you got an infant. I don't care if I have an infant. $500 is not enough. I'm running out of food stamps within 2 weeks of me getting it. $500 is not enough. They have to go up because the cost of food has went up. The cost of groceries has went up. So sis gonna hang up on me like, girl, you know I call you for everything. Don't do that to me like that. They need to give me at least $1,000.
So not only has somebody reported me to DHS because I'm making money on TikTok, somebody has reported me to disability for me, my husband, and my son, and they have also reported me to child support. So what happens to child support? So if when my children's fathers owes me money, it goes down because now I'm making more money than I was. So now I have to do a whole new, like child support packet because now I'm making more money than I was 4 months ago.
TikTok might be going away in a month. I don't understand why people are hating on me so much. It is ridiculous. Now I have lost my food stamps, my cash assistance. Now I'm losing my disability, my son's disability, my 3-year-old son, because I'm on TikTok, because I'm making money on TikTok. This is literally my second month making money on TikTok. I don't even know how this is legal. Just leave me the hell alone.
Everyone has been asking me if my husband is going to help me out to pay the $27,000 that I owe to EBT, and he straight up told me no. He has more than $27,000 in his business account, and he says he's not going to help me out. He says, why should he help a person that in the 12 years we were together, I never cooked, never cleaned for him, never did his laundry, never did any of that. And I told him, it's to death do us part. Like, how could you just let me rot in prison? And that's why I decided to flee the country. He said I deserve everything that's coming for me. So I packed my bag, as you guys saw in the video, and I'm just going to wait till nighttime so that I could, I'm going to take a bus somewhere. I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm going. So hopefully that clears the air for everyone asking me about why my husband isn't helping me. He simply just told me, I've never done anything for him, so he's not going to do anything for me. Which is understandable. I'm not mad at him at all. I'm not telling him where I'm going because if there's a reward out there for my capture, I know he will turn me in.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, let me tell you something. If there is any reward out there to get her, and I know where she is, I will turn her in. Don't get me wrong, I am not a snitch, not at all. But just for her, I will become a big snitch. In one of her other videos, she claimed that she was married for 12 years. But she never cooked for her husband, she never did his laundry, and she never helped him with the bills. Now, let's watch the clip.
So there's a few things that I don't do as a married woman. Number one, I do not cook for my husband. I only cook for my children. My husband will be making his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number two, I do not help him pay any bills. So if he is short on the rent, on utilities, or anything like that, it is not my problem. I will not be helping him out. His job is to provide for his family, so I am not financially contributing to any of those. Number three, I do not do his laundry. I have my own laundry and my children's laundry to do, so he could do his own. I won't help him put it away. I won't help him fold anything. That's his responsibility. Number four, he is responsible for replacing any of his essentials like soap, shampoo, anything like that. He needs to go buy it himself. Even if I'm at the store, I will not be replacing it for him. If he needs new underwear, new socks, or anything like that, that's for him to do. I'm not going to do it for him. I'm not going to enable a perfectly grown adult because then they get used to it. So, no.
But she wonders why her ex-husband will not help her pay the $27,000 she owed to food stamps. So yes, I will definitely snitch on her. Yes, I will do it.
Where people come to get their food stamps benefits. People we spoke with say they understand the state wanting to hold able-bodied adults accountable, but they say sometimes people just need a little help.
It's just hard. It's hard.
This mother named Nicole says she's lucky she's approved for benefits. It wasn't always that way.
Because I was there before I had my son 5 years ago. I tried to apply for certain benefits and it was like, you know what? It's just you're single, you can find a job, you can do A, B, C, or D, but it's
thousands of fewer people are coming to offices like this one in Cobb to get food stamps benefits after the state instituted new regulations in January requiring able-bodied adults with no dependents to work. Part of the deal, the state will help them find the work, but critics say that's not happening.
Trump claimed that this was effective almost immediately. I got this in the mail. If you're an able-bodied adult without dependents, you need to be working because you will not be receiving food stamps anymore. Okay? Yeah. And when you are eligible to receive these food stamps, it would only be every 3 months out of every 3 years. So within a 3-year period, 36 months, it would only be 9 out of 36 months. Get a job.
to everybody out there who's talking about this is what you voted for when you voted for a Republican because you're mad because they're cutting food stamps. I want to let you all know that I am glad that they are cutting food stamps for people who are able-bodied adults without a dependent. If you are an able-bodied adult without any dependents, why is it that you are receiving food stamps in the first place? Why is it that you cannot get up and go to work like everybody else since you are an able-bodied adult without dependents? I'm glad that they're cutting food stamps. Now, I'm not someone who thinks that nobody should ever get government assistance. You have fallen on hard times. I think it's fine if you need to get government assistance for a time. But I think there should be a limit to how much government assistance a person receives, especially if that person is an able-bodied adult. I've seen so many people abuse this system. If you are an able-bodied adult, the government is not the one who is responsible for you. You are the one who is responsible for yourself. It is up to you to take care of yourself. Now, if you need food stamps or you need government assistance for a time, maybe you fell on hard times, maybe you got laid off through no fault of your own, and you need government assistance for a time, that's fine. But it's a problem when you try to live on government assistance and make it a lifestyle. I shouldn't have to pay for an able-bodied adult. You should be able to get up, go to work, and pay for yourself.
I completely agree with her. I've never been on food stamps in my entire life. But I also understand that some people actually need it. So I don't judge you, nor do I blame you if you need it. Now, a personal story, okay? There was a time in my life where I really needed food stamps. Back in those days, I was severely broke and thirsty, and I'm not joking. I mean, I was dirt poor and homeless, but I could not get any food stamps. Guys, do you know why? I was illegal. Yes, I used to be an illegal migrant, so I could not qualify for it, which sometimes makes me wonder how in the world illegal migrants these days can get food stamps. Or maybe, just maybe, there is only a certain type of migrants that can get food stamps. Anyway, guys, not qualifying for food stamps and not receiving food stamps made me realize that nobody will come to my rescue. I had to only rely on myself.
Y'all, I just got denied for food stamps, right? And that's not the bad part about it, because I was already on food stamps. But I guess the month that I had to, do thing, it was too much. So I said, "Oh, I got 3 kids. What am I supposed to do?" I don't know if it was a man or a lady I was talking to, y'all, but they really gagged me. This person said, "Well, the child support office is in the same building, right?" I mean, girl, what? I already know that, but damn, you ain't have to put me out like that. What's wrong with you? I hope you see this, because you hurt my hope with that. Like, I didn't already know that. Duh. Why would you say that to me? Why? Girl, you ain't have to do all of that. That was low down of you.
I used to have food stamps. So basically, food stamps, people, you want me to be broke, homeless, but I can eat. What sense that make? Now I just got a big back, no place to stay, and no job. How do you qualify because you're homeless?
Oh, you got a car.
I need the food assistance because my money is for my bills.
But you have a car.
When they took them,
I don't even have a car. You doing better than me.
Then I got a new car. Mother said, you make too much. So I'm just supposed to ride a horse my whole life.
Yep. Horse and carriage.
I'm just not supposed to get right. Get on the good foot. I was just supposed to be just always asking for help in order to get help. So you don't want me to elevate.
Yeah, you got a car.
You want me to beg. And I know it's a way around it, but I can't believe the people from Food Stamps really got me fucked up. They got me messed up. That $400, I need that. Need it.
Receiving food stamps could be a blessing when you need it, but it could also be a curse in the long run. Not qualifying for food stamps and not receiving it was a blessing for me. Think about it for a second, okay? Every time you get free stuff from anywhere, you will do everything you can just to keep getting that free stuff. SNAP food benefit have income requirements. Your income needs to stay below a threshold depending on your family size. Now, if you go above that limit, you won't qualify anymore. That can really kill your drive and your motivation to succeed. So use food stamps when you need it, but also do everything you can to get out of it.
Tell me why I just had left the food stamps office because I was trying to get food stamps. I need all the help I could get. And they gonna tell me the only reason I haven't been getting approved because I done applied so many times, y'all. I haven't been getting approved because supposedly somebody already get food stamps with my address and my child name. And come to find out, it's my baby dad. My baby dad been over here getting food stamps and my child name with my child's name. Like, what are you doing, bro? And when I'm saying it like that because I haven't received a piece of bread, an egg, a piece of juice, nothing. This man, I have not seen not one grocery from this man. So I'm very confused on why you get food stamps for my child when we didn't put no groceries in my house, but you're using my address and my son to get food stamps. Where is this food stamps going, first of all? Hello? Why I just love the food stamp office and these people up here telling me that you been getting food stamps for a couple months now with my address and my son's name. What? No, I'm being dead for real. Why are you getting food stamps with my address and my son's name? You ain't giving me that one grocery. Like, what are you doing? That's not.
No, bro, I get it.
You don't do nothing for your kid already.
No, but I give me food stamps myself. What you talking about?
What?
Yeah, they give me food stamps, bro. I told you about that already.
So they're just giving you food stamps, huh? A grown man, no disabilities, nothing wrong with you, and they're just giving you food stamps. When you go out here and work, supposedly got a job, what do you get? Why are they just giving you food stamps? You're lying. You're lying. I know what the people told me. You're using my address and you're using my son. What are you talking about? That's the whole reason I haven't been able to get food stamps. And you know I've been trying to get the food stamps. You know I need all the help I can get. Why are you up here literally using the resources and our son for stuff that I need? I need those food stamps.
What I'm telling you.
We finna go to court because I'm sick of this. We really finna go to court about food stamps. I do not care because that's really messed up. You do nothing for your child, and you really up here using my address and my son to get food stamps. You're a bump, and this is why this is why I don't deal with you now. But it's okay. You'll be getting some paperwork in the mail. I'm not playing with you. It's done. It's literally done. I done gave you too many chances. This is definitely crossed the line too much. I'm done with you. You will be getting papers in the mail because we will be going to court about this. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
You know, sometimes people believe that I have no compassion and that I am very cold when I make fun of women that are struggling. I was illegal, I was poor, and I was homeless, all three at the same time. But I overcame all three situations. So I have no sympathy for these women. Zero, none, nada.
I literally got the same letter when I was 21, 22, and I was on food stamps because I had my daughter, right? I was on WIC, food stamps, and my daughter had Medicaid. I had Medicaid too at some point. But then I went to court and I was awarded child support. Now, after being awarded child support, even if that man made one payment and he did not pay anymore, they did not care. They were just like, well, you're getting child support now, so you can be off of food stamps. And I'm like, babe, this man not paying. They're like, well, you were awarded child support. And they're like, give me my money back. I kid you not, I was in shambles. I'm like, what do you mean give me your money back? I don't got it. Between lawyers, paying for my daughter's stuff, diapers and stuff, and this man not even paying child support at that time. You're gonna tell me I owe you $1,000-something? I was in shambles. I had a heart attack. Call the food stamps. I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. Explain to them the situation. She's like, don't worry. I'm gonna wipe it off.
Had it not been for that lady, I don't know what I would have done. But I kid you not, I never have applied for food stamps ever again. Even if I was like, unless I'm super, like I lost my job, I don't have any, I really would, that's my last resort is to apply for food stamps or any type of assistance, because I am absolutely terrified to get a collection from the government to get back money that obviously I pay my taxes now. And even back then I was paying my taxes, but I can't even get those benefits. And they want their money back. That was sick. That was a sick realization. And they're like, we need your money back, the money back from since you were supposed to get child support. Bet, called them, she took it off my account. Never, even when he stopped paying for some time, and people were just like, go back on food stamps, I never went back. I was terrified. Still terrified. I'm never going back on that. I don't care what it is. Like, no. Why? How? What? Paying taxes is a sham. A sham. Because when you actually need a government assistance, they want their money in back. But then when I was paying into it, I didn't see a peep. Nothing. Where's the money that I paid into it? Nowhere. Oh, okay.
Jacket that you left have moved on.
A couple of weeks ago, Twitter blew up with this viral tweet about men getting flued out from WNBA players, and your name was one of the top names, rightfully so, right?
Oh well, anyway, you ready to get low?
Getting that attention and
I'll holler at you later.
like that, like it is.
Oh, it made me feel good. You know, I love my guys. You know, but I don't know about being able to tell people y'all gotta do better than that. I would put you in the
I'll let you later.
Live by Lowe's
Leave
down here, babe. Like,
in
you
the
ain't gotta worry
comments
about it.
down below, and I'll let you later. About to end this session, I'm going to go over now. Relax a little bit. Watch
You
the
mean
TV.
to tell me that WNBA players are flying dudes out?